What is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, cloud swing traders? Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Hope you guys are feeling good. We got Al in the house. Good morning to you. Good morning to Albert, Amy, Andy. We got Andy. Good morning to you. Good morning to Brad, DK, Emily. Good morning to Georgia, JT, Justin, Lucian, Marius, Martina. Good morning to Rob, Shane. We got other Shane in the house. Good morning to you. We got Tim, Wendy, William, Win. Everybody's showing up bright and early. What is happening? Lynn is in the house, man. I feel like I haven't seen you in the live chat in forever, man. Hope you're doing well. Clarice, good morning to you. Good morning to M Sky, YouTube land. All my lurkers in the background of YouTube that just won't say anything, just refuse. It's okay, I still love you. Hit that like and subscribe buttons, but yeah, we got the SPY. Nice little gap up on the SPY this morning. We had some home numbers that came out today. Kind of, I didn't really think we were gonna get too much movement on it. We didn't. Win says, Premier, let's go, let's go. But yesterday was a technically a retest gap. We did retest. We pulled back right into about the 20. There's also a great level for us to hold there, so kind of makes sense that that's where we ended up essentially closing the day. So again, was sentiment bullish or bearish yesterday? Hold on, we gotta share the screen, right? Yeah, we gotta probably do that. There we go. That's probably better. That was Win got me too excited. Win got me too excited. Now I can't even concentrate. But yeah, we got a pullback day yesterday. Retest gap. We got good levels that we got the close off of. So right back into that zone. I think we talked about that one pre-market. So today, bullish bearish. I think sentiment with this gap up still tells us we're just riding this bullish train. Really, the momentum, the sentiment is changing from here, from this gap, which we still have wide open. This one, so again, bullish sentiment, some profit taking. You got a little bit of a gap and go just because of the red candle. You did close below yesterday. I think there's a little bit more momentum to a bullish move. However, that being said, the very first candle of the day, the very first couple of candles, we do have a lot of options that do expire today. So January 7th is the monthly option contract date. I would expect some volatility in terms of at least some wide candles. So be careful right out of the gate. We've seen, and we used to have it. I don't know. I feel like it's been rotating. I don't know if it's because of more algos or what the case is, but option expiration day used to be a lot bigger in terms of just crazy volatility. I haven't seen it over the last few. I've seen it in the first couple candles, and then it just dies down a little bit, and then right at the end of the day, you will make some decent size moves as well. So be careful trading the end of the day. Be cautious trading the beginning of the day. Otherwise, I have I guess be cautious just trading in general. Just But otherwise, to the higher side, I've got 598.81. I'm looking for resistance. If we can break that, I've got a small one. Decent, still there, 599.35, and then that runs us up if we get past that to 601.17. Do we have maybe some bulls from yesterday who did not take profit, and this is a better spot for them? Maybe. If we sell off, I would be looking for kind of that opening price that we had yesterday. That also lines up. And then again, we open up yesterday right into a resistance. Makes sense to fade, but that should be our support now. So if the market does pull back, you got about $2.30 to the downside. You have about $2.10. Slight risk to reward goes to the bears on this fade, but I think I'd want to see this one pop in either direction first and then play it. So I'm okay going either way on this one. I do have more sentiment personally to the bullish side of things for a smaller time frame. Maybe we get that pull back. So I'll be cautious again at open. I'll look at some individual names. I think this market has almost equal distance to support resistance on both sides. But overall, I think sentiment is just a tad more bullish. Qs, again, Qs ran all the way down into pretty much the opening price that we had yesterday. Not a terrific close, but we did stay. We closed inside of the previous day's candle. We're gapping above all that. This is fairly bullish. Again, opening into a little bit of support resistance right where we're at now. Looks like we're a tad above it, which would be very interesting. That would be somewhere around 521, 521.01. I'll call it 521 exactly. So very, very close to it, but we are slightly above it. Few more zones. I don't think these ones matter as much. We've been to these places before. 522.09. I think my goal, my target for today would be get us up to like 523.88. We'll see on that one. We'll see. But 523.88, I think would be our target. This one looks like this gap probably holds. I don't expect much of a fill. But again, watch that 521 zone. If we start to break underneath it, that would take us probably back to 518.86. And then we look for a bounce there. If not there, uh maybe back to this 516.78. But those are the zones at least I'm looking for. First ticker I see on the list. What's up, Jennifer? First ticker I see on the list is Tesla. If you guys got tickers, let me know. I also see Intel up there too. Yeah, getting Intel's getting a little momentum off. I guess, at least it's not a downgrade. Just maintain, I guess. We got Tesla. Tesla. We had a good. I mean, I was thrilled with this trade. I was so happy. I knew we did it early. I forget. I know Peter in the mentor group, the master group, he was shooting me a message, just kind of asking questions. He's like, "Yeah, so you call that at like 416?" So I was trying to figure out where we started talking about this level, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't know. It was somewhere early in the day." But we set this trade up. He was telling me about 416, so somewhere in this zone. And we were like, "All right, if this one wants to come down, buy it off of 409.65." I'm gonna try to work on getting a little bit better with my pricing because we did miss this one by like we missed a very low by 50 cents, but whatever. We'll uh we'll practice. We'll practice, I guess. But really good balance. We were in almost the red for a good 10 seconds and then kind of ran right up at the target. So absolutely beautiful trade. For this group, William, it is. Yeah, this group is already happening. For the next one, which I just put out the information on that one in Slack. I could send you the link here too, if you don't have it. But we just put together the dates for the next group, which will be in April, would be the first starting time. So if you want to, I'll share the link here in the chat. I'll try to share it in YouTube too for you guys, but I don't know. Sometimes I haven't figured out how to actually message in. I don't like it doesn't let me message for some reason. But if you want to add your name to this list, again, so it's a few months out, but this current group is completely sold out. This next one will sell out pretty quickly. But if you want to add your names to this list, if you guys are interested, it doesn't commit you to being in the group, but I'm just gonna go in order for until we have enough seats filled. So I'm gonna start at the top. So if you're the first or toward the top of the list, I'm gonna reach out to you probably in the next week or so. We'll talk about the group, see if it's a good fit for you, and then if it's what you're looking for, and then you could kind of decide from there. But for the current group, yeah, we are already underway. Tesla, we got Tessie for today. This would be watch this 421.80. How concerned am I about that resistance? Well, it's there. It's there, but it's not huge resistance. Still inside day though, so I would be looking for a pullback. I would almost want to readjust this trade. And this one might be an order that I might actually take pre-market. In fact, I might do this one pre-market. I don't know where my entries here. I'm not sure where my target. We'll see. I guess where my stop should be first. Mm, I did do one trade on Tesla already today, which made me a little hesitant. But with the reason I might take this one is because you will see big candles, I think, at open. So it's almost better just to throw your orders out there really high or really low if you want to short something. This would be 417.59. Let's see, 59. Is that a good stop location? I think so. I don't think we get down to 413. The only thing is if it is a wide one, we come back to this zone. Then we could look to retake something. All right, I'm gonna set up a trade for myself. 413.82. Let me just see what targets would have to be on this one. 422.11. 12. That'd be a 1.2. Yep. So that would be essentially my target. That would run us right into slightly above this. I'm gonna come up a little higher on that stop. Mm. We might have a little room to come a little lower on this entry. Let me just readjust this real quick. 417.51 and stop would be 413.50. So this would place our today things that open will get most likely big candles based on options. Like you'll probably see some quick moves. 422.32. When options are expiring, you get they're pushing the markets all over the place. How did that go higher? Something's wrong there. I did something wrong. Did that go higher? Oh, I lowered the stop instead of raising it. Hold on a second. That's my own stupidity. Hold on. 6.8. There we go. 422.10. I want to try to be. I think we could break out of this resistance. But we'll see what happens at open. All right. So they expire. All options expire at the end of today. So they're going to try to push the stock so that the most amount of people lose money on options. Day trade Tesla 417.51 by 413.68. Brian says, "Did you do the high wave discussion last week? If so, is it available on YouTube?" I did do it. Um, for whatever reason, the account wouldn't let me, like the Zoom account wouldn't let me go live on YouTube. There is a recording on it. Brian, if you want to shoot me a message, Dan at reallifetraining.com. I could help you out. Otherwise, if you have all access pass, and we do have you could do all access pass for free for 7 days trial, and then if you like it, keep it. If you don't, you can cancel. Let me just set up this order real quick, and then we'll kind of move on. So we're gonna delay the show a little bit so I can get some orders in. That sounds fun. So Tesla, I'm gonna put a limit order in on this one, and I'm gonna throw out the order for 417.51. Let's see if Lightning could strike twice on this one. That's in. Let me just put this in the Slack trading group. And let me put this in the communities group as well. And then we start working on that Intel, see what Intel's doing. We got coin coming in too. Nice. Yeah, crypto was booming last night as well. Moderator trades. Tesla. Again, and maybe Tesla opens and it runs the other way and we just cancel and we don't get filled. So all good, but I have that trade open. So if the bell rings and we can get filled, fantastic. I'm hoping that resistance holds. Again, anything on this one past, if we start getting candles that really start closing, not really, they could get price action get above it. But if we get a close anywhere above 421.67, then I'll probably end up canceling this one. Otherwise, I'll leave it open again most of the day. That would be a limit in TOS, William. Yep, that's going to be a limit. Stop limit is if you want to take a breakout somewhere. If you want to get filled at a lower price, it's just going to be a limit. All right, let's take a look real quick at INTC. Again, not financial advice for especially for you guys on YouTube. Trade as you will. Make sure you know your own risk. If you're setting up a trade from anybody that you hear randomly on the internet, just be careful. In fact, I'll preface. I'm gonna my warning label is if you take that trade, you will lose money. So I think I covered all aspects. But that's what I am personally doing for you guys. For myself. I have that order open. It's just for me. You guys decide if that fits your plan. Intel, good gap up on this one. Yeah, I think Barclays came out as speculations of an M&A as well. So Barclay comes out, they increased their target, so it was a price increase. Okay. They did a equal weight rating. But from 23 to 25, so not bad on that one. Really good gap. Some resistance at 21.37. I don't know how important that's going to be. I think the next immediate target takes us to about 21.64 and 22. This one, I think if we get that high wave candle out of the gate, that might be an interesting one to take. You are definitely trapping some people. I would love to see the bottom of that wick start to stall out somewhere around $20.94. Actually, a tad higher, $21.03. So somewhere in that range. If we could get a pullback into there, then I would love to take it even more in the bullish direction. But we'll get that one high. We'll watch that one as well. Wendy says, "Wait, you took a trade already?" I set up the trade. Oh, I did take a trade actually, pre-market on Tesla. Yeah. Speaking of high waves, let's see. The one I was talking about. Yeah, this high wave candle from here. We had good volume, so my entry was right above it, and stop was somewhere right below it. So I'm already out. Already hit the 1.2 on it. But we also had the entire market starting to pick up some momentum. This was kind of just giving me one or two candles, so I got filled here, and I was out somewhere up in this range. So just got out of it. But yep. Coin, COIN. That one looks good. Again, retest gap. Do we fill this gap all the way down here? I don't know. Maybe with some wide moves from options. Maybe. That would be a great place if it could get down there. The first spot, and this one I wouldn't throw a blanket order out, but I'd see what happens around 285.75. I would expect some kind of pullback on this one, especially knowing that we, for whatever reason, bears did come in somewhere close to this 293.63. That was rejected once. We have a little rejection from over here as well. I'd see if this one could at least pull back to 289.75. That's where I'd be interested in maybe looking to go long. Otherwise, if that starts to break down, I'd be just patient and just wait, see if you get close to that like 283 zone. Targets on this one really nice. We have a few other zones up here. I think the first spot to look for targets somewhere in this 303.26 zone, and then I think I'd be looking to just be all out by 304.98 if you're just gonna hang in as long as possible. One last spot, 306.93 for the highs of today. But yeah, if this one could get a pullback, I'd even go high wave candle on this one too. The problem with high waves today is I think based on the fact that options are expiring, I think we might get some wide candles. It might be a little tougher, but we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. We got AMD, Nvidia, Palantir, TLT. Georgia's just throwing the entire list at me. Okay. All right, hot dog, making me work a little. All right, we got AMD. That one still looks really good. I like that location for the open. Not really problem. My question on this one is I'm also looking at some resistance still. 120.44 is the next one. I got another one at 120.73, another one at 120.94. That being said, and then the target I think today would be somewhere up in this 121.73. If we start closing above that, I think longer term, we're probably looking for a bigger bounce in AMD. But with all that being said, this was a gap and go. Really just an inside day, little retrace gap. Didn't quite get all the way down to the actual resistance, which is great. It's 116.62. That means there is some strength. And this open is phenomenal on AMD. It's just the targets for me. That's the only thing that would give me some kind of pause, but it's low. It is low. We got earnings eventually on this thing, right? What, 2 weeks away? February 4th. We gotta wait till the month changes. And you got some of those moving averages piling in. So just the targets for me, we're still in this downtrend, but this could be an area where we start to pick up. I do have some shares. I'm waiting for a little bit of a higher move, and just depending on where I can sell some more cover calls, I'm gonna look to do that. Nvidia. Mm, Nvidia, we have 136.15. as a resistance. This one's still inside day. I think that resistance is going to hold up at least the beginning of the day, first candle. So I would expect this one as a quick fade. I do like the bullish momentum. This is still, even though there's a big red candle, this is still bullish. We were gapping up at higher prices. It was a retest gap. It kind of did everything it needed to do. It still stayed in. It closed actually a little bit below the opening price. It was a little bit weaker. But I think this one probably pulls back. Look for some kind of support, maybe around 135.22. And I would still look to play the bullish direction on this one, but we'd be looking for like a 136.87 immediate target. If you could get past that, you got an amazing trade. Obviously, I think that the opening price 138.63 on this candle would be some kind of resistance, but the next real spot would take me to about 139. So decent amount of room. Got a couple obstacles in the way, but if I could buy it low enough, I'd be interested in that one too. That one higher on the list. TLT. TLT right into that 20-day 20 EMA into resistance. I think this one probably fades. Starting to perk up on the daily a little bit. But again, now we're kind of back into that resistance zone. I think this is probably a fade. Look for targets on this one, 87.13, or support at the what did I say? 37? 87.13 on for targets, 87.13 for if you want to try to buy it, but keep in mind your 20 is right there with some resistance right ahead of you as well. Win says BRB. All right, we'll stop. We'll just stop and we'll wait for Win to come back. PLTR. Uh, PLTR is opening also into a slight resistance. We talked about this level yesterday too, and then we got right up into it. I'd have to see where this one opens. For right now, I think this one looks like we're opening right above it. The only thing then, if we could maintain this level that we're opening at, so somewhere around the 70, 90, I would be more bullish. I'd be a very cautious bull. 71.41 is the next spot. We've already run into that yesterday. If we could break through that, we've got a good target to like 74.19. So that would give us some more room. If we cannot at open hold this level, see if there's a little support at $70.16 would also give you another opportunity, a little bit better risk reward into trying to break through that eventual 20 EMA. All right, we got Starbucks. I also see Microsoft on the list, SBUX. That one is the news. Starbucks former chair Melody Hobson. Sounds like a character from the movie Elf. Hobson. To step down as the lead independent board director. So that's a bad feeling for her. When she steps down and then the market is just the stock starts ripping because you leave your job. That's a tough one to interview for your next job. Like, so what happened when you left? Stock just jumped like crazy. This is a retest. You do have a little bit of resistance on this one. I'd see if this one is more. I don't think I'd be buying at these levels. Target to the higher side, probably stretch targets 97.34, but I think this one probably wait to see if you get a pullback 94.60. William is on the list. All right, William. Yeah, probably in the next like week or so, I'll reach out to you and we'll set up a Zoom. We'll talk. We'll discuss the group. We'll discuss your trading. We'll discuss a whole bunch of things. Whatever you guys want to discuss, I'm with it. Microsoft, but yeah, it sounds good. Microsoft, also, what kind of move was this? This is a retest gap. We retested. I didn't like the close too much, but now that we're above that, all the rest, and above this previous one, I think Microsoft, little level over here. Otherwise, I think I got Microsoft targets at least into 434.21. Maybe we could squeeze out 434.70, and then if options want to uh, help push this market, everything is ripping. Look for like a 438.14, which is a lot of room to the higher side. I'm gonna keep this one higher on the list as well. Beautiful. Yeah, I just released that list today. There's 4 people. That's crazy. That's wild. All right. Let's see what else we got. We've got that's it on tickers. You guys are tapping out on tickers already, huh? All right. Let's take a look at a few others. SMCI and then C Sound just came in as well. We'll take a look at that one. Remove these lines. just because AMD is kind of moving. Chips seem out of everything right now. Chips seem like the most indecisive. There seems like a lot of names that are kind of running, but we'll see how it plays out. Other than that, SMCI is into a little bit of resistance. I think this one fades. Look for some kind of potential buy spot if you are interested in this one. Beautiful hammer, nice trap, hanging out. See if you get a pullback on this one. I think you could set up almost a swing trade on this one. Entry around there, stop around here. I don't know where your targets you get. I think I got a wide open one up here, something like that, for a swing trade potential. I think if this hammer breaks down, SOL for SMCI. All right, SOUN. Tim says everyone makes a stock jump when they walk through the door. Some when they come in. Uh-huh. You got SOUN is AMD is kind of ripping pre-market. Tesla's still going too. SOUN, that would take me again inside day. Maybe get a little pullback on this one. 417. Things might act a little weird today at open. Just throwing that warning out there. But you got $14.17. I like the targets up into about $15.02. If you start getting anywhere above 15.02, you've got a massive move all the way up to 16.41. I will keep this one higher on the list too. See how this one wants to play out for today. Again, maybe some consolidation right out of the gate. We don't maybe want to jump in, but we'll see how that one wants to react. We have 15.02, and then it's off to the races. We got MSTR. Beautiful looking gap. Very similar to Coinbase, but this one is opening into resistance. So watch this 385.31 level. It is a retest gap too. Maybe we get a pullback. If you get a real pullback on this one, it's quite a ways to the downside. 363.09. Anything you start getting above, I think this 385.30 zone. Next stop, next immediate stop, 392.87, and then we can see the 400s again, 402.33 on that one. So it has a bit of room. Meta. I think Joe Biden came out and said that he's not banning TikTok on Sunday. He's just going to kick the can down to Trump and let Trump decide. So that was kind of the TikTok news. But Meta still responding positively, still hanging out. That's going to take us really good location for entry. I think target's up on this one, 631. We got some room. That might happen quick. That might be a quickie. But that one looks pretty good. We'll keep that pretty high up there as well. Disney, DIF. It's the morning bell. This one looks like see if you got some support around. Nope, that's hold on. Now trading view's going slow. Inside day for right now. Risk reward, maybe if you're bullish, you're throwing your stop underneath yesterday, but it still looks a little bit to the weak side. Other than that, everybody in YouTube land, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe buttons if you have not done so already. And we do have a 3-day week. We have MLK Day plus inauguration. It's only the second time in history